Alright boys, so this is gonna be a video on the best traffic method to get 100 plus subs every single day to your OF models account. Now with OFM, traffic is literally the most important thing. Like, you can have an account on OF that has really bad chatting, but if you're bringing in a constant flow of subscribers every single day, the account is always going to make money. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. Now, first things first, we all know the guy in OFM who's grinding 12 hours a day trying to get some traffic using whatever organic method he heard of. Whether it's trying to post reels and magically get 1 million views overnight, or post pictures on threads, or Twitter a few times a day and think that's gonna get them rich. That's just not working, bro. If you're that guy and you're bringing in like 5 subs a day trying to do everything organically without any tools or systems, you need to stop. Because there's methods out there that people are using every day and building real systems and not stressing out. You need to be using these methods. If you're the guy who's stressing every single day and you're waking up, grinding and grinding, which is good by the way, but there's much more effective things to do. At the end of the day, you're a business owner, and all that you're missing is the information on what actually works. You have to work on your business, not necessarily in your business at all times. So you need to learn the best methods and how to start running them, and then actually make it work and put the money and time into building the system for yourself. So let's walk through how to actually gain 100 plus subs on any account without working 16 hours a day. Because we all know a lot of guys who are new and just starting OFM, coming into the industry and grinding 24/7 for no reason. You're thinking, what else do I need to do? How do I do it? Bro, let me show you a very good traffic method that will get you 100 plus subs per day easily on any single account and any model. TikTok Lives. Now, TikTok Lives is by far the best traffic method I've ever used. Threads and Twitter has brought on the most amount of subscribers, yes, but how effective and how fast and how good quality the subs from TikTok Lives is absolutely crazy. Now, I did write that it only works with the US TikTok accounts. This is true. Now, you can have a model. So I know a lot of people have models from Ukraine or Argentina or Colombia and these third world countries. The only problem there is if you try and set up an account and you have a client who's in a third world country, it's just not gonna work. You'll only get low quality, poor subs. Anyone who tells you the opposite is lying. I know because I've tried everything, and the only way is to buy an account that already has US followers on it. Then you input a US SIM into the phone, it doesn't need to be active by the way, and you'll get US viewers on the live. Works every single time without fail. So that's how I'm able to get my models doing TikTok lives from whichever country they're in, just by giving them those two things. Once you have those, TikTok lives is your best friend. Like, it's going to bring in so many subscribers. Let me show you how. So let's go over the rules of TikTok. You need to know this because at the end of the day, it's still a kid's app. It's a children's app, or an app that children use at least. So there's a lot of rules that can get you banned super easily if you don't follow them. So pay attention and listen closely. First rule is not really a rule, but it's just something you need. The account must have 1,000 followers. You can't go live on TikTok without 1,000 followers. Now, some of these guys will tell you to just make an account yourself and buy 1,000 followers using any social media panel. That's a terrible idea. That's a guaranteed way to absolutely nuke your account and never get any viewers or subs. You need real US followers that came in organically. You really think a bunch of Indian bots on an account will get you US viewers on the lives? Let's not be silly. Me personally, I get my team in the US to create TikTok accounts and post organically until we get 1,000 real followers on them. From there, I give a couple accounts to each of my models and they're able to go live right away. Sometimes I have extra accounts, so if you ever want to buy one off me, just shoot me a DM on Discord. Once you have the account, all you need to do is get a US SIM card of Amazon or wherever and insert it into the phone. By the way, you don't need to activate it or pay for a phone plan. I always log in and wait 24 hours to be safe, and then you can go live. You'll see viewers from the US join right away. Second rule is don't ever say any words on the live like OnlyFans, OnlyFriends, spicy link. You know, that type of stuff. That's just going to get you banned. If a guy wants to subscribe to the page, he'll be curious enough to go to your IG from your TikTok bio and sub from there. So that's a big point. I see a lot of girls who do TikTok lives say stuff like, oh, go to my OF link in the bio. That's probably their manager telling a client what to do. But that stuff is just going to get you banned instantly. And once you are banned, you can go live for 7 days. So if a guy really wants to subscribe to the page, he's just going to click the profile, go to Instagram, which is in the bio, and he's just going to subscribe from there. So don't try and use all these CTAs on the live. You can use little CTAs, but don't use harsh ones like this. It's just going to get the account banned. Okay, another rule is don't vape. Don't show anything like a knife, and also don't have any medications in the background, even normal ones. I had this situation once where a client went live in a room and had her tube of pills on the back of her shelf, and she got banned for 7 days for showing drugs on a live. Or there's been situations where a client is vaping on a live and that gets them banned. Stuff like this you can't just show on a live because at the end of the day it's a kids app. They don't want anything bad on there, and it's super strict, so be careful, there's no point risking it. Another solid point which is super important, you need to wear full clothing. So if you've got a client on some pajamas or a gym set or an outfit that shows quite a bit of skin, I won't risk it. I know it's safe for work, but it's TikTok at the end of the day. So you really don't want to be showing too much skin. Just stick to full clothing to play it super safe, like joggers and a hoodie. Because any small thing can get you banned, and that's it. We are here to get results and make money. We want our accounts to stay up. I'm sure you don't want to deal with delays and headaches. So just act normal, go live, and act like a normal person. Don't act like an NPC, don't overthink stuff. Just don't wear anything revealing, don't say anything stupid, and don't show anything stupid or dangerous. Basically, don't be stupid in general. As once you get banned on TikTok, you will be banned for 7 days. And this can mess up a lot of the traffic. And you'll end up missing on a lot of subs. So be super careful with what you do. Now you're probably thinking, what exactly do I do on a TikTok live? Firstly, the most important thing is to have super good camera angles and lighting. So if your client has a crappy iPhone 6 with a dirty camera and it's a dark room, it's obviously not going to get views. Trust me, just try to find a good camera angle and some good lighting and the TikTok live will do well. TikTok lives are super powerful, and when you've got that good lighting and a good camera angle, it's going to boost it so much. Have your clients start off with just a simple Q&A on the live. Let viewers ask questions and answer them, as that will engage a lot of the viewers. Another one is rating profile pictures. So people coming to the live can be like, rate my profile photo. And your client can be like, okay David, you're an 8 out of 10. Alex, you're a 9 out of 10. Stuff like that. It's going to get them commenting. It's going to get them liking. And overall it's going to bring in a lot of viewers in. Another good thing to do on a TikTok live is have your clients ask the viewers to get the live to a certain goal, and then do something like maybe a surprise or 5 jumping jacks. So what I mean by this is, so for example, if your client is on the live, you could get your client to say, hey guys, get me to 5k likes and I will do 5 jumping jacks. Everyone is going to start spamming the screen. When people start spamming the screen, the more likes your creator gets, the more it gets pushed to someone else For You page. So if everyone's liking the screen and you get to 5k likes, you do 5 jumping jacks. Come back to the live and then your client can say, hey, we hit 5k likes now, get me to 10k likes and I'll do 10 jumping jacks. Stuff like this. It's always going to boost the live. It's going to engage it, and overall more likes on the live means more of the chance is going to get pushed to someone else For You page. So you need to be doing this. You need to be doing like goals or something along the lines. Next point, which is super important by the way. What I've noticed, when you start a live, views will boost after 5 minutes and then they will drop. Whenever they drop over 50% of the highest view count, restart the live. It triggers it back to the For You page. So let me try and explain that in a bit more of a basic detail. So let's say your client has like 5,000 followers on TikTok right now. When she goes live, it's going to send out a notification to every single one of them followers. So there's going to be a lot of people who join within the first minute or two. So let's say you get to 100 views. After 5 minutes, it might drop down to like 80 or to 100. In this case, all you need to do is just restart the live and go live again. This way, people are always going to get notified that the person's going live. So let's say your client does like a 30-minute TikTok live session. She should probably restart the live about 5 to 7 times within this 30 minutes time frame, as it's going to boost it back to people For You page and also give them a notification on the phone. She should probably restart the live about 5 to 7 times within this 30-minute time frame, as it's going to boost it back to people's For You page and also give them a notification on the phone. So these are the things you need to know. Good camera angle, good lighting, have your client have some sort of game, or it doesn't even need to be a game. You could just sit on a live and talk to the chat, that still works. Have your clients ask the viewers for some sort of live like goal. You could try this, like I said, 5k likes, I'll do 5 jumping jacks. Okay, now get me to 10k. Now get me to 20k. This is going to work very, very well. And debatably, the most important one is you need to be restarting the live when the views drop. So let's say you get 100 views at the start and it drops to 50 viewers after like 3 minutes. Just restart the live. it's going to trigger it straight back and you're going to get 100 views again, and it's going to be different type of people. So it works very well. You need to be restarting a live, having like goals, having a good camera angle, lighting. This way you're going to get subs or Instagram followers, which leads to subs. So yes, this is what you need to be doing on a TikTok live. Okay, next point is utilize the traffic from TikTok. So there's going to be a lot of people who are going to come from the TikTok live. You're going to get minimum around about 100 followers, maximum probably 300, 500 if you do very well, which is what I've seen before, by the way. So you're going to get a lot of followers come through from TikTok lives. So have an Instagram story ready before the TikTok live sessions. So post an Instagram story before you go live saying online here right now. You all know what to post on Instagram stories, the clients, link.me, whatever you use. Another thing you can do which works very well is have a reel to post after the TikTok live session. So let's say your client goes live for about 30 minutes on TikTok. Have an Instagram reel ready to post as soon as they stop the TikTok live session. What this going to do is all the recent followers are going to see this reel at the top of their Instagram For You page. So they're going to interact with it, most likely going to like it, maybe even comment on it, or maybe best case scenario share it with one of their friends. So posting a reel is also very good. Another thing that's worked very well for me also is posting a slideshow post after you've done these TikTok live sessions. So what's been working very well for certain people on Instagram is a picture slideshow with a sound. So you can post this also after you finish the live session. So let's go through that again. Also, the last point is you can also do engaging stories such as who is who came from my TikTok live, or you can have a little poll saying, did you come from my TikTok live, yes or no? Just engaging with the fans in general. Let's go over that again though. Okay, so you have an Instagram story ready before the TikTok live sessions. So when the model is live, people can subscribe to the story straight away. Another point is to have a reel ready to post as soon as you stop doing the TikTok lives. A third thing to do is have a slideshow post ready to post as soon as she finishes the TikTok lives once again. And then another thing you can do, which you don't have to do, but you can just use engaging stories like who came from my TikTok lives, blah blah. So you can see who actually came from the live if they're engaging, pushing them towards the link in the end. So yeah, you need to utilize this traffic. Don't just make them come to Instagram page and have no stories, no posts or reels ready. It's pointless, because you need to utilize the traffic that's going to come from TikTok. So imagine you have 3 models doing this 4 to 5 times a week. You're going to be printing. You're going to be chilling in bed, you're going to have your shadows on the account, and you're going to have your traffic coming through. And you can sit back, do what you want, Netflix and chill. Now I'm messing around a bit, but it's going to be way easier than before. So like I said at the start, so you're either this guy grinding 12 hours a day for traffic, or you're this guy who has 3 or 4 or 5 of his clients doing TikTok lives 4 or 5 times a week. And it's gonna work super well, trust me on that. It's worked amazing for me, and it's worked amazingly for the people in my Discord who run the same strategy. You can ask them yourself. And if you haven't tried on your model yet, you need to try it today, like right now. Remember, you are an agency owner, not a VA. So yeah, of course you have to work on your business, I understand that. You have to grind, you have to build systems, you have to edit reels, whatever you have to do. But sometimes, if there's some certain traffic methods, systems that you don't have to do, you can just tell someone to do it for you. Like at the end of the day, you are a business owner. This is what business owners do. They try and systemize everything for them not to do. So if you got charters on the account and you got your clients doing the traffic method, you have to sit back and just take your commission at the end of the day. So it's a really good traffic method, as it's very hands-off for you and more hands-on for them. So yeah boys, that was just a little video on how you can gain 100+ subscribers on your OF page per day. And by the way, I'm not exaggerating when I say that you can really gain 100 subscribers per day on the account once your TikTok lives are doing super well. I'm going to try and stay very consistent with this YouTube video, so please like and subscribe. It will really help me a lot, and yeah, I'm going to try to be posting 3 to 4 times per week. There is a Discord link below, so if you are interested in more information, you can just check that out. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it.